Today we're going to make this easy do-it-yourself Mother's Day gift. It's a mom survival jar.
For today's craft, you're going to need some scissors, tape, although glue would work, paper, a jar. Now today I'm using a larger jar, but you could use any size jar. Let me explain in just a moment. You're going to need something to color with. Here I have markers, but you could use crayons or pencil crayons. You could use stickers, anything you want actually to decorate our paper today. And you're going to need some sort of treat. Now we're making a little survival treat jar for mom. So your jar is going to depend on what treats you have. I have a larger jar because I chose larger treats. I went out and found the things I know my mom likes, and that's the size of the jar. Now you could use a smaller jar and put smaller treats in there. You could put treats in that you have homemade if you want. So you could use like a larger, like a big container. It's completely up to you. So think about the treats that you want to put in whatever you are using, and then grab the size of jar or container that you want, and that's going to help you. So go ahead, grab everything you need, and let's get started. So, like I said before, the first thing you're going to do is pick the jar, your treats, so that you know what size you're using, and then that's going to determine how big this paper is going to be. So actually I'm just going to take my jar right now and put everything in it to kind of move everything out of the way. So I just chose a few things for my little survival jar here. I'm going to put them in, make sure everything fits. And there we go. I have everything nicely in there. I am going to not put my lid on quite yet, but I'm just going to move that over. So now that my jar is filled, I'm going to take my piece of paper, and I want to put the paper kind of in the middle of my jar. So I'm going to fold my piece of paper in half because I think that should do. So I'm going to fold it in half, make a fold line, and then just double check here. That might be a little bit too big. I might have to trim some off, but let's see. Let's get started and see what happens. So let me show you what I mean. Here I want my piece of paper to go in the middle. Oh, actually, I don't mind that. It can fit like this whole section of the jar, or you could trim it a little bit so there's more kind of jar on the top and the bottom. This is kind of where you get to be creative. I think I'm going to trim mine just a little bit. And I'm using white paper, but you could use whatever you want. There's some beautiful colorful papers out there that you could use. And I'm going to check before I decorate. So here I have my piece of paper. See, I like to have a little bit of the jar up here and a little bit of the jar down here showing. That's just my preference. And then I'm going to wrap it around, and that should be perfect. Now, mine doesn't go all the way around my jar, and that you may like or you may not. If it bothers you, then you can just use the other side of your paper and just match it up. I'm actually going to decorate it after with a little something, so I'm going to leave mine for now. Now before I put that on, I want to decorate it. So in the middle of my page, that's where I want to put my message. And I have all these wonderful colors, so I'm going to try to choose colors I know that my mom would like. And I am going to, let's see, grab some purples, blues maybe, and just create my little message. I think what I'm going to put is Mom's Survival Kit. Or I could put Treats for Mom, or Mom Survival Treats. There's lots of different things that you could put on here. You get to decide what your message would be and what might make sense for your jar. But I think I'm going to go with Mom first. So it's nice and big here. Okay, so you'll see I went with Mom's Survival Jar, and like I said, there's no right or wrong here. You get to decide what you want to call it. And now I'm just going to decorate. So this piece of paper can be decorated with anything. You can use stickers. You can draw little pictures on there, whatever you would like, something that you think your mom would like. I think I'm just gonna do kind of like, ooh, I know my mom likes flowers, so maybe I'll put a little flower here. And you just go ahead and decorate this entire piece any way that you would like. So go ahead and decorate. And when you're done decorating, we'll put it on the jar and see what our next step is. Okay, once you're happy with your decoration, then you're going to go ahead and you're going to put that on your jar. So to put that on your jar, you're just going to wrap it around and you are going to put tape on the other side. And I find the easiest way is just to put it down like this. Grab your tape. Now, if you don't have tape, that is okay. You could actually also use some glue, and you would just put a little bit of glue on the side and glue that down. So I'm just going to use my tape here, and you're going to see when I wrap it, because mine doesn't fit. Now you can put the tape on the outside like that, or you can just roll your tape like this if you don't want to see the tape, and you can put it on the inside and that will also work. So you get to decide. You're going to see I have this hole, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to fill up that space. So we're going to do that next. Okay, in order to fill this space, you could put a big heart there, but what I like to do is, I'm going to use my lid, I'm going to put a circle there. Like I said, you can put a heart, you can just cover it. The wonderful thing about a craft is you get to use your imagination. But I'm going to use this circle to help me out today, and I'm going to take my piece of paper, I'm going to fold it in half, because I'm actually going to make two circles. I'm going to do one for the top as well. I'm going to take this and I'm going to trace it. So I'm just going to use one of my markers. You could use a pencil crayon, a crayon. If you are making a heart, then you don't even need to trace. You can just make a heart. Once I have that traced, I'm going to cut that out. And one of those circles I am going to leave as is. And one of those circles, I'm going to make a little bit smaller, because you'll see there's like this little lip here on my lid. You may not have that. Be cute to put a heart in there as well. But I just want to make mine a little bit smaller so that it fits in there. That seems to be good. And now it's decorating time again. So this is the one I'm going to put up on top. So I might want to put a heart or mom or I love mom, whatever I would like. This one is going to go here. So I could put maybe number 1 mom or for mom only, whatever message you would like, or even a heart. And once you are done with those, then you're going to use your tape to put this one on here, or you could use glue, and the same thing, you're going to use tape or glue, you're going to secure that on, and then we'll put it all together. So go ahead and decorate however you would like. There, I just put the lid right on top, and we've got Mom's survival jar, we've got number 1 mom, we've got mom on the top, and we've got all her little treats inside. What a wonderful little gift. And once it's empty, you can refill it for your mom. I hope you liked this craft. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for joining me on Craft Club for Kids. Remember, be creative and have fun.